Hello and welcome, I'm Fan. In this video I will showcase my take 4 of taking down Blight Lord on Extinction mode with Brama and Malastar. First two games, well, I lost. Third game, won convincingly, but audio was not recorded. So here we are, fourth game. I will stitch in the introduction from the last working game and just work that. If you are just here for the gameplay or you already seen that, just use the chapters to go directly to gameplay as you want. Blight Lord is a really nasty nemesis. Its gimmick is that it has these tainted jades, which cost 0, and when you use them you gain 2 ether, but you suffer 1 damage. But you can also destroy them by spending 2 ether, and if you destroy them in any other way you take 1 damage. You can, they count as a supply pile, so you can gain them at any time during your main phase as you would from any other supply pile at the cost of 0. But we don't want to do that because it's very risky to do so when you're running low, because if you have 1 Tainted Jade in the supply pile at the beginning of the Nemesis turn, it advances the Tainted track once, and we'll go into that. That has some nasty effects. If it has 0, you advance twice. So that gets really fast, it goes bad really fast. Yeah, so at the beginning we make the supply pile, which is made up of 2, 1 for each mage, so in this case 2, and then plus 4. And we have the Tainted Jade, the Tainted track. Yeah, and we trigger those effects. Yeah, increased difficulty. We remove 2 Tainted Jades, so we would have 6 on normal mode difficulty, but we have 1 additional 1, 70 HP, 80 HP on Extinction mode. So the Tainted track has all these nasty effects. Gravehold suffers 7 at 3, player with the lowest life suffers 4 at 5, which is really bad because that means you have to HP manage a lot in order to not immediately just have one of the mages go down. Because if they go below 5, like if they go below half, down to half or below half HP, yeah, that's really difficult to manage. So you only really have, 6 HP total to, do anything with. And of course, Brama is gonna heal a bit, but we don't want to rely on it. So at 7, Blight Lord gains 10 life, so that's gonna further the game, like drag it out, so increasing the risk of running into tier 3 or not finishing off early enough in tier 2. And at 9, the player just loses. That's really bad, so we're gonna place the tracker on the first here. And for our mages, we have Malastar as our support mage, so to speak, because only thing he's gonna do is gonna use Gift of Ether, activate during the main phase, gain a spell from any supply pile, you may prep that spell to any player's breach, open breach. So we want to do with Brama is just open up breaches, that's all she's gonna do. Gonna use Bison Bolt Vortex and Blasting Staff and just get through her deck really fast by giving her Radiances over here. And Malastar really goes well with Blight Lord because he has Immolate. While prep, when you suffer damage, to gain 1 charge. So basically, by just taking all the Tainted Jades, figuring out how many he can use while also keeping Blight Lord 2 or above, like we can get a lot of charges out of that. That's what Malastar is going to be doing. We have Brama. The only thing she's really doing is, of course, the pretty good breaches. We not really focus on the 3rd breach. We only need to open 2nd and 4th breach. That's pretty good. We have some backup healing to mitigate some of that. The player with the lowest life suffers 4 damage on the Tainted track. We have Buried Light, which is quite fine, especially 3 ether and crystals in hand. That gives you 4 ether total when you cast this to get the Blasting Staff. That's more or less it for the mages. For our starting supply, we have Leeching Agate. When you gain this, gain 1 charge. Cost of 3 basically means if you have 3 ether, instead of wasting 1, you can just gain a charge by getting this, while also building up your deck for later. That's one of the gems for Malastar. Sister's Pearl not really relevant. Cloud Sapphire not really relevant. We're not gonna buy them, they're just there to fill out. basically. We have Bottle Vortex. At cost of 3, destroy this. Destroy up to 2 cards in your hand or discard pile, draw a card. That's gonna help Brama empty out her deck so we can have more radiances compared to all of the cards. Blasting Staff, 4 cost, you may cast a prep spell that you prep this turn. If you do, that spell does 2 additional damage. Helps getting radiance through the deck a lot faster, and also just momentum. Really nice for Brama. Scrying Ball, cast, deal 5 damage at this cost of 6. You don't really need to know much about this, it's not gonna bite much. Wildfire Whip, 6 cost. While prep during the main phase, you may spend 2 ether to cast any player's prep spell. Cast, deal 4 damage. So it's not a part of our main strategy, but at the end, if Malastar has the ability to charge up, he can just prep Wildfire Whip, have a lot of unspent ether, spend it on casting all the spells. So if he goes at the end, Brama has a lot of spells prep. Well, there they go, onto Nemesis health, hopefully taking it out before tier 3, or even have an opening to just take out the Nemesis before they can do anything in round 7, on the last round of tier 2. And that's why we're having Wildfire Whip there. We are having Consuming Void if we just need a bit more damage with Gift of Ether to put it out and just deal some damage at the end. And then we have Radiance, the main spell. Cast, 8 cost, cast, deal 5 damage, each ally draws a card. So Malastar is gonna give Brama a lot of radiances, so deal, well, alright damage. Like 8 cost is really not that great, but what it does help with is giving Malastar a lot of draws, so he can draw into the Tainted Jades, get rid of them sooner, or use them for charges a lot faster. That's why we are running Radiance. We are playing on Extinction mode, so that means that Gravehold has 5 less HP, Nemesis has 10 more HP, and Mages has 2 less HP each. So 8 HP for Malastar and Brama, 25 for Gravehold, and 80 for Blight Lord. And with that said, let's get into the game. Alright, let's get into this round 1. Starting off with Brama. Just the usual opening, 4 ether to open second breach. Prepping Buried Light, and that's it for her. Nemesis. Shard Spitter, 5 HP. Persistent Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Any player gains a Tainted Jade and places it on top of their deck. Is quite bad to see that early, because that means we're gonna have to... That's gonna be a lot of Tainted Jade spitted out, and we have Malastar. Usual opening, 4 ether. 3 of them gonna be used to open our third breach, and then 1 left over, and prepping Immolate. Right, and then we have Malastar again. Just gonna keep Immolate prepped, and then gonna spend 3 ether to buy a Leeching Adjade, and then 2 on a charge. So that's 2 charges total, 1 from the Leeching Adjade, and then 1 board. Gonna be it. And we have Nemesis again, so Gravehold suffers 2, down to 23. And anyone gains a Tainted Jade on top of their deck. So that's going to be Malastar. And I have nothing. 2 discards, spend 6. Ether, power 2, unleash twice. I think we had that one in most of the games so far. That's quite interesting coincidence. That's going to be it. Brama. Buried Light deals 1 damage to Shard Splitter, goes down to 4. 1 extra ether plus the 3 from hand, so that's 4 total. So focusing 4th breach to prep the Sparks in, just in case Malastar goes twice and gives himself enough charges to get Radiance. And I'm gonna draw the hands and shuffle the deck, and we'll move on to round 2. Alright, let's move on. See what's gonna happen. So we start off with Malastar. I'm just gonna keep Immolate prep for now. I think that's our best bet. Either if Brama went next, we could take out Shard Spirit, but I don't think that's big of an issue. We have 6 ether, we could buy off. I have nothing, but I think getting 3 charges is that much better for now. I think we're going to be fine. That goes to 5 charges. Moves on to Malastar again. Yeah, so actually now I think it's fine to use Immolate to deal the 2 damage to Shard Spitter. Or I could just keep it at 4 actually. Yeah, let's just keep it at 4. Because... So that's going to be the charge that we need. And I could use that to buy it off. Yeah, I'm just going to keep Immolate prep. But because I have nothing... It's gonna come up soon. Before Malastar can go again, I will buy... I could take the damage. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the damage on Tainted Jade to get the 2 ether, so it goes down to 7 health, but gains the charge to 6 charges. To use that to use Eye of Nothing. Gift of Ether, sorry. And then I have 6 ether in hand to buy off Eye of Nothing. That way we don't run any risks in that department. On to Nemesis. That's gonna be 1 Tainted Jade for Malastar. And 2 damage to Gravehold, so that's 21. Bleed Static. Power 3. The player with the most prep spells suffers 2 damage for each of their prep spells. Yeah, that can hurt quite a lot, especially because like, how are we gonna deal with that? Like, so difficult to foresee when it's gonna happen. Anyways, let's move on. We have Nemesis again. So Gravel suffers 2 to 19. And Malastar gains another Tainted Jade on top of their deck. We're now at 1, so if Nemesis goes before Malastar, we'll begin moving on the track. And good thing that we sorted out that Eye of Nothing right now. I'm pretty happy about that. 2 on Bleed Static and Vitrify. Players collectively gain 2 Tainted Jades and place them into their hands. Okay, okay. So that's 1 Tainted Jade over there, goes directly to Malastar. And then 1 that cannot be gained, so Malastar is going to suffer 1 damage to, well, gain 1 charge as well. That's going to be it for Vitrify. I really wanted to see you on first turn, but apparently that's not how we roll. And I believe that's going to be 2 turns of Brama now. Alright, so Radiant's going to hit for 5, taking out that Shard Spitter, letting Malastar draw 1. And then for, oh, that Spark also needs to get going. 79, nice. 4 ether to open up the 4th breach, prep very light there. And it's gonna be Brama again. 4, 5, quite nice. Yeah, and I think Bird Light and the Spark to deal 3 damage. 76, prepping Radiance and the Spark. And for 4 ether, I'll just buy a Bubble Vortex and let 1 ether go away. And then that's it for round 2. Let me shuffle up and let's see what's in store for round 3. Last round of tier 1 Nemesis minions. Tier 1 cards. Okay, round 3. See what is gonna happen now. We really don't want to see Nemesis go twice in a row now, but well, that's the first. So that's empty. So we immediately remove twice on here. Gravehole suffers 7. That's really unfortunate. So going down to 12 HP. Bleed Static goes down to 1. And we draw. And it's a Creeping Viridian. To discard, spend 7 ether, power 3. Any player gains a Tainted Jade and places it into their hand. Advance the Tainted track. Yeah, that might actually hurt right now. Let's see. unintentional foresight, alright? Remove that, the player with the lowest life suffers 4. So that's Malastar down to 2. He gains that charge to 2. Bleed static triggers, so that's player with the most prep spells suffers 2 damage for each prep spell. Brama has 2, so that's 4 damage. More or less nothing I could do about that, even if I wanted to. Creeping Viridian goes to 2. And we have Slaughter. Unleash, Gravehole suffers 3. Well, there is nothing over there, so we just need to suffer damage. So I think it's just better to let Malastar take that, going down to 1 and gaining 1 charge, so to 3. And then Gravehole suffers 3. Alright. That took a turn for the worst, not gonna lie. Yeah, so that's all for Nemesis for round 3. Brama, 6 damage, down to 70. Malastar draws 1. So we can at least get that bit more under control. Do we need to use that spark? No, we don't. Should we put Buried Light on? It's not that much damage. We would prefer to have Radiance there, just in case we can keep Buried Light away. So that's 4 ether. We only gotten 1 Bottle Vortex, so that's gonna be our second Bottle Vortex. And we have Malastar. Alright. So we definitely want to buy off all the 3 Tainted Jades. So that's 1 Leeching Agite, 2 crystals, that's 6 ether total, which is exactly what we need. Destroyed. Malastar. So we need to pay off the Tainted Jade as well, so that's 2 ether to get rid of that. And we have 2 crystals left for 2 ether, which is a charge. And we go on to Brama. Well, we're gonna draw. Well, we'll be drawing the Radiance. Okay. So we do want to use the Buried Light to gain 1 ether. And the Spark to deal 2. And then we use Bottle Vortex to destroy the Spark from our deck and a crystal. And then we draw 1. We can prep the Radiance and the Spark over here, and then we have 1 ether from the Buried Light and then 3 from the crystal, so that's 4 total, so that's our Blasting Staff. Alright, so that's it for round 3. Let's hope that round 4 is gonna go a little bit better than that. Let's see what's in store. Okay, let's see how this is gonna go. Malastar goes first. Yeah, so that's immediately 2, 4, 6 ether. That's 3 charges. First the 2 to go to 6. Getting that Radiance with Gift of Ether onto Brama, and then 1 last one to gain 1 charge. We have Nemesis, goes to 1 power token. And we have this spell. Whew. Unleash twice, the player with the most prep spells discard the most expensive prep spell. Yikes. So Malastar is gonna have the 2 Tainted Jades back. And we're gonna discard this Radiance on the bridge 1 over here because it's the one that deals least damage. That sucks. That's a bit rough. Alright, so that's it for Nemesis. Go on to Brama. And I have the Radiance deals 6. Goes to 62. And now the question is, what do we do now? Because, yeah, I did a mistake. I put Blasting Staff there, because now we're gonna draw it on Bottled Vortex, so it's gonna come out of sync. Right, or we can just keep it in hand, it's fine. We prep Buried Light. No, we're gonna use that Spark, deal 1. And then we use Bottled Vortex to destroy the Spark. And the Crystal. And then we draw 1. That's gonna be it for the Bottled Vortex. Because that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. If we use it to blast off Buried Light, we'll definitely get it out of sync. We can just prep Buried Light, keep Blasting Staff in hand, and be fine. Buried Light's gonna go over here instead. Yeah, so we're just gonna do that. 3 crystals for 3 ether. That's gonna be 1 charge. So we can try to heal up Malastar in a bit. Discarding that and drawing up to 5, so just draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we think we're pretty much in sync there. Malastar goes next. We would like Nemesis to go in between here at some point, I think. Okay, so we have, what, 5, 7 ether, so we could just buy off Creeping Viridian. And because we are so far down the track, I think in this very scenario, it's actually gonna be worth it, honestly. Yeah, especially because we're gonna take that Tainted Jade. If it then goes once or twice in a row, like that's quite scary. Yeah, not gonna lie, I think that's my best bet. You might disagree, and tell me in the comments, please. Creeping Viridian, bought off. Good. Brama again. So we're just gonna keep the Buried Light prepped because we don't want it to get into interference with the Blasting Staff and Radiances. Prepping Radiance, blasting it off with the Blasting Staff, so that's 8 damage. Goes down to 53. Malastar's gonna draw. That's 6 cards. And we use Radiance, prep Radiance, 2 crystals left over, so that's going to be 1 charge. And that's going to be it for Brama. And we have Nemesis, 2 Tainted Jade, so it's fine. Pulverizing Ray. Power 1, Gravehole suffers 18 damage. The players may collectively discard up to 6 gems. For each gem discarded this way, prevent 3 of that damage. Yeah, that's one that hurts a lot. But that's it for round 4. Definitely much more agreeable than round 3, I will have to say. But yeah, I don't quite think it's home just yet. So let's move on to round 5 and see how it goes. All right. And it's gonna be Nemesis, so directly into the Pulverizing Ray. So let's see, what do I have to discard? Really don't want to discard anything over here with Brama, because 1, 2, 3, 4? Huh. Oh yeah, 5. Yeah, I really can't discard anything, because we'll funk up the cycle. Only problem here is I could discard all of them, but then when are we gonna see the Tainted Jades again? What if I draw... I still think it's better to keep the cycle of the Blasting Staff Radiance for now. So yeah, just gonna go. Hopefully I'll draw into it sooner than later, and that's gonna be it. 6 cards from Malastar. That's polarizing ray. Lay Waste. Unleash twice, any player suffers 2. That's kind of stuff that I was worried about. Alright, so that's gonna be 2 Tainted Jades for Malastar. And Brama is gonna suffer the 2. And it's gonna be it for Nemesis. Brama. Good, so we have Radiance for 6. And then we're gonna have the Radiance prep and used with Blasting Staff for additional 8. That's 14 damage, bringing it down to 39. And we have 3 evil left over, which is just gonna be a charge to 3. There we go. And of course, Malastar drew 2 cards on that. And we have Malastar. Yeah, I would have preferred to have Brama go again, but here we are. That's just 3 charges, so that's going to be Legion Adjade, 3 Ether for 1 Legion Adjade, and 1 charge on that. Okay, so now we actually get to draw a hand. And we'll see Brama again. Will Light smile upon us? That's a prep Radiance, blasted off with Blasting Staff, well, casted with Blasting Staff for 8 damage. Down to 31. We are getting very close now. Almost smell the victory. Draw 1, Tainted Jade. That would be just perfect if we actually get that. Right, so we're gonna prep the Radiance and then 2 Ether for charge. Almost in range to heal up Malastar again. Okay, 50-50. Ooh. Ah, we're lucky, we're lucky. Alright, so those 2 crystals gonna buy that Tainted Jade off, and those 2 crystals gonna pay that Tainted Jade off. Perfect, perfect. That's the drawing power of Radiance. Nemesis, we have 2 or more. It's fine. Cauterizer. 3 health. When damage is dealt to this minion, reduce that damage to 1. Persistent, any player suffers damage equal to this minion's current life. Yeah, so the thing is, we don't have the health to survive that. That's going to be an exhaustion with, if we go on Brama, which we don't want to do, it has to go to Malastar with 2 damage left over, so that would be 4 damage to Gravehold down to 5. Oh, yeah, I really don't like the scenario. So we really have to hope. I'm gonna put the life on that. So we're really gonna hope that Nemesis does not go next. We'll see. I'll shuffle up and yep. Okay, round 6. Let's see if we continue to be lucky or we'll suffer damage now. Brama, okay. So Radiant's gonna deal 6 damage to Blight Lord. So that's down to 25. Nice. And I do believe it's the best option to use the Buried Light here to deal the 1 damage to Cauterizer to mitigate some of the damage that will be coming our way eventually. And then the Radiance with the Blasting Staff for 8 damage, I think. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then we'll come up beginning of next round. Yeah, I could also just keep Blasting Staff in hand and use it next turn, and then that way get them back into cycle. Because right now that would be 8 damage straight, bring it down to 17. But if I waited, that would be 6 damage down to 19, and then 8 damage down to 11. And then Malastar might be able to go twice, and we might have an avenue to just finish it off this round. So I think that actually might be worth it. So we're gonna keep the Blasting Staff in hand. 1 Aether from the Buried Lights, so that's 4 total. So that's first charge, goes to 5. Malastar is gonna heal up to 5 with the 4 HP from Brink Siphon. And then 1 Aether left over. 2 Aether left over for 1 charge. That'll be it. So we're gonna draw 4 cards with the Blasting Staff in hand. Okay. Brama goes again, so that's the 6 damage. 19. There we go. And Prepping Radiance, Blasting Staff, 8 damage. Wait, how many cards did I forget to draw? Because we had 1 card last turn, and then 1 card at the beginning. That's the 2, and then that's the 3 with this last one. Good. Wow. 8 damage down to 11. Yeah, Prepping Buried Light just for the funsies, then 2 Aether for a charge. Yeah, well, we'll see how that works out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because with 2 remaining turns, I think I should be able to get this with Malastar. We'll see if the calculation is right. Okay. Okay, that's 4, 6, 8. Mm, 10, 12. Plus the 4, if I... Yeah, 12, and I just need 8, so that's 4 left over. And the Wildfire Whip deals 5 plus the 2 from Buried Light, so that's 7. Plus the 2 from Immolate, that's 9. Just 2 off, just 2 off. Okay. I think I have to use the Immolate right now. To go down to 9. Consuming Void, no, it has to be Scrying Bolt next turn to 5. Alright, yeah, I'm unfortunately just 2 damage off from taking down Nemesis right here and then. So unfortunately I will have to wait for next round to finish it off. So what we can do in the meantime, make it so as safe as possible to get into round 7 and win it then. Running the extra risks of, well, the game. Immolate to take 1 damage on Cauterizer to suffer less damage overall. Paying 4 Aether to get rid of the Tainted Jades, so we at least run less of the risks there, and that's 4 Aether left over for 2 charges. And that's gonna be it for Malastar. And we have Nemesis, so still, I think Brama is gonna suffer 1. And we draw a new card. Yeah, Ossify. The players collectively gain 3 Tainted Jades and place them on top of their decks. We might end up seeing Tainted Track go down to the Blight Lord gains 10 life. That would suck. So that's it for that turn. And we have Malastar again. So, well, what are we looking for? What are we looking for? Problem is Brama has the 3 charges and 3 Okay. I think we might be able to pull it off. Yeah, because Brama gains 1 extra ether from the Buried Light, so that's 4 ether total. So if I gift her a Wildfire Whip, prepping it here, letting it stay after the casting phase, only using the Buried Light, we will have enough ether to both use the Radiance and the Wildfire Whip for 11 damage. So yeah, next time Brama goes, we can actually win this game. So that's going to be 1 Leeching Agite, just for the fun of it, going up to 5 charges. And then for the 2 left over, that's going to be a charge itself. It's going to be Gift of Ether, a Wildfire Whip. So yeah, as long as we can get to next round, we might be good. We have a 1 in 3 chance of just starting out with Brama and just win right then and there. And that's it for Malastar. We're gonna discard those. Going on to the Nemesis. Yeah, Malastar is gonna suffer that, so that's down to 4 HP. Oh, I forgot to move, because there's only 1, move the Tainted Track once. And we're gonna see Vertigra. Persistent, any player suffers 3 damage. If this minion has 8 or less life, advance the Tainted Track. Okay. So basically what happens is next, what's gonna happen is that if Nemesis goes next, first of all, you're gonna move down to gain 10 HP to 21. And when we might have an issue with ending the game in time, and Cauterize is then gonna deal 1 damage, which we have to deal to Brama, lose all the charges, exhaust, well, on the exhaustion, and then twice we're going to unleash. Vertigo is going to deal 3 damage to Malastar, goes down to 1 HP, and then if Nemesis goes again, so we're just losing. So let's see round 7, what it has in store for us. And of course that's just the minimum calamity, because that's not considering what we're going to draw. I believe there is a power which is not gonna do anything to us. Okay, yeah, so we are forced to do that. So it's moving down 1, so to gain 10 HP, so to 21. So Brama is no longer a win condition for next time she goes. Cauterize deals 1 to Brama because we need somewhere to deal the 3 damage, otherwise we lose. Losing all the charges, losing that breach. Unleash twice. And that Brahma damage has to go to Brahma because otherwise we lose, so 7. Then Vertigo deals 3 over here to 1. Let's see what we draw. We cannot unleash twice. Place the most recently discarded minion from the Nemesis discard pile back to play, which would be Shard Spitter. What can we do? I think the only way to win is Brama goes twice now anyway, at this point, so because unleash twice is 4 damage already. Yeah, we're forced to put Shard Spitter into play. If you wanted to have a look for yourself, I think I forgot. Okay. Brama. Alright, so let's see what we have damage. So what do we want to do? There's gonna be 3 cards here. Okay, so what's going to happen? We're gonna use the Buried Light, deal 2 damage. It's not gonna matter unless we both get rid of Cauterize and Shard Spitter. We're not gonna survive on HP. Powers coming in, it's not gonna do anything. If Nemesis goes next, it's game over anyway. So what damage do we have? So that would be 2 down to 19. Wildfire Whip's gonna cast off the Radiance for 6 damage, so 13. Then we go to the next turn, that's another 6 damage with Radiance. Plus the 4 from Wildfire Whips, that's 10. And then we have a Blasting Staff. So basically, I am 3 damage short from also taking care of Cauterizer and Shard Spitter. So the Blight Light's just gonna get rid of Cauterizer. And I put 5 health on the Shard Spitter in the meantime. So that's gonna be 4 ether because of the Blight Light, prepping Radiance, spending 2 ether to get that blasted off for 6 damage, so down to 15. Malastar is gonna draw 1. And then 2 ether left over. I want to keep Wildfire Whip prep for now. Doesn't matter. 3, 4, 5. I could just whip Radiance now here again, but it's not gonna matter. I think I just want to keep Wildfire Whip prep and get 1 charge. Why not? That's gonna be it for that. So let's see. Like 5. So if I go and Brama goes next again, I think it's game. So 1 and 4. 1 and 4. 50-50 to get before Nemesis and oh. Good. So that's Radiance for the 6. Goes to 9. Drawing another card. Wildfire Whip deals 4, down to 5. And Radiance prepped with Blasting Staff. It's gonna hit for 8. Yeah, that's game. That's game. Oh, yeah. If Nemesis gone next, I would have lost. And I don't even think like Malastar going would have mattered. Like, of course, we wouldn't have drawn at least one of the cards. We could have gotten rid of 2 of them with the Legion Agites, and then we would have kept Immolate prepped. That would have survived from the Tainted Jades, but we would still have lost on the damage from Shard Spitter. So yeah, that wouldn't have even have worked. Next 5 cards would not have gotten enough charges anyway. Next card on top wouldn't have changed anything because it's Red Plinth. I just know the Nemesis cards at this point, so I've seen that the 3rd Nemesis Blight Lord hadn't been shown yet. Spend 8 to discard power 2, advance the same track twice. Wouldn't have triggered in time, but we would have lost. We would have lost on damage. So GG. Finally did it, and hopefully the audio works fine this time around. So thank you for watching this 4th game that hopefully finally works out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.